Harpo Productions on October 15. The payment came after the talk show star hosted a town hall for Harris in September. Ms. Winfrey also appeared at the final Democrat rally a day before the US election.
And the Harris team reportedly spent six figures to build that set I told you about on that Call Her Daddy podcast, you know, which I got her hundreds of thousands of views, but I mean, I don't know that it was cost effective.
Not talking about the election.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Oprah Winfrey has been one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry for decades. With her warm smile, comforting words, and reputation as a philanthropist, Oprah has built an empire on trust and admiration. But recently the tide has turned. Accusations of dishonesty and manipulation are piling up, with celebrities and insiders coming together to reveal what they claim are the shocking truths behind Oprah's empire. The real question is how much of what we know about Oprah has been carefully staged. Let's uncover what's going on behind the scenes and why so many celebrities are speaking out.
How Aretha was committed to the equality of Black people. I didn't know that she was so involved in the civil rights movement. I didn't know that she was a direct, like literally, Martin Luther King is bringing her on sites to sing for the movement. I think the activist part of her life gets overshadowed sometime by her enormous talent. Do you see yourself in some way standing on her shoulders?
Definitely.
Things first started heating up when former President Donald Trump angrily reacted to Oprah's statements, suggesting that his election victory could spell the end of democracy. Trump fired back, accusing Oprah of fear-mongering and spreading misinformation to sway public opinion for someone who's always been seen as New Oprah. Oprah's dive into political controversies seemed to rub Trump the wrong way, leading to a bitter exchange. This moment wasn't just a simple disagreement. It was the beginning of a series of high-profile figures questioning Oprah's intentions and honesty. Could Oprah be the conspirators secretly doing the deeds? They felt under threat from Dowdy's mantle.
Last night, quote, if we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible we won't be able to cast a ballot.
Well, I think it's ridiculous. You know, Oprah, I was on her last show, or one of her last shows, and they picked the biggest people and all of that, and made a big deal. And I'm disappointed. I think Oprah's become a major divider in our country. And I think, frankly, she should be ashamed of herself. And you know who else should be ashamed? Fox. Because I've seen Oprah on Fox about 50 times making the same statement. And I think it's a disgrace what Fox does, because everyone thinks Fox is so pro-Trump. They're not pro-Trump at all. They've put Oprah on all morning long. That's all I see is Oprah. And, you know, I do Oprah very well. She's been at Mar-a-Lago many times. Roger King had his funeral. That's the head of King World, which was Oprah's mentor. And Oprah chose the location. She said, Mar-a-Lago is the most beautiful place. Would it be possible to have Roger's funeral at Mar-a-Lago in the ballroom? We did it. The only time I've ever had a funeral there. And I think Oprah should be ashamed of herself to say that. She should be ashamed. She knows me. She wanted to run with me as a vice president. She was going to be the vice president. She wrote me a letter. It's in the book. And now she goes and makes statements like that. She's a divider. And Barack Hussein Obama is a divider, too.
From the documentary Leaving Neverland, she faced backlash from fans and celebrities alike during an appearance. Trevor Noah almost cornered her with a question about the actor's credibility, accusing Michael Jackson. Still, Oprah quickly shut it down. Seemingly uncomfortable with addressing the doubt surrounding the documentary, many have criticized her for jumping on the bandwagon without fully verifying the claims. Did Oprah push a narrative without considering all the facts? This incident left many questioning whether Oprah's priorities are more about sensationalism than truth.
Did you ever waver in your beliefs when the documentary director came out and said there was a timeline issue? Michael Jackson didn't have the train station?
You know why I have not wavered? Because I've had girls at my school who were sexually assaulted and abused, and I have never won a case. And the reason I have never won a case is because when you put a girl on the witness stand and she can't remember, was it Thursday or Wednesday, it's automatically discredited. And so when you're in the midst of trauma, something terrible things happening to you, you may not remember the exact time. It's why, if I hear a noise or something in my house, I look at the time, because they're going to ask what time was it? Oh my God, what time is it? So if you can't remember the day and the time and the da-da-da-da, everybody's like, well, okay.
I guess it never happened.
Guess it never happened. Oh, I said it was that hotel, but it was that hotel. Oh, it probably never happened. So I've been through that.
That it turns out that Oprah's influence may extend beyond just talk shows and interviews. Did you know that in the Nickelodeon series Drake and Josh, the character Josh constantly praised Oprah? At first, it seemed like an ongoing joke. At first, it seemed harmless. But with recent allegations about Nickelodeon's dark past and Drake Bell's impending revelations, it raises questions. Was there more behind this seemingly lighthearted praise as the accusations of inappropriate behavior at Nickelodeon come to light? People are rethinking Oprah's involvement with and connections to the network.
What? Jupiter's cool, but I much prefer being here on your show. Oh, Commander Josh, you are so handsome.
Oprah? Oh, Oprah.
Want more chicken? I hope you go bald. I hope they cancel Oprah. Take that back. She do Oprah. Josh, you didn't know what he was doing. Josh, oh, no. He's just an animal. You went too far, Josh. He's just an animal. Let's go down. I'm calm. But you didn't call back.
Ray, Josh, come down here.
Critics have long questioned Oprah's motivations behind her political endorsements. Reports have surfaced that Oprah was allegedly paid to endorse Kamala Harris during her campaign. While Oprah has denied receiving any money, many are skeptical, especially given her close ties with political elites. When confronted about this, Oprah's vague responses only fueled more suspicion. Is she a neutral figure supporting her beliefs, or is there a hidden agenda?
Oprah Winfrey was paid to endorse Kamala Harris, a report has revealed. The Washington Examiner found the Harris campaign paid $1.5 million to Miss Winfrey's Harpo Productions on October 15. The payment came after the talk show star hosted a town hall for Harris in September. Miss Winfrey also appeared at the final Democrat rally a day before the US election.
One of the most significant blows to Oprah's credibility came after her explosive interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The interview was intended to be a bombshell exposé on the British royal family, but many believe Oprah helped push a false narrative. Even Michelle Obama weighed in, subtly hinting that people should be cautious before believing everything they hear about the dangers of COVID-19 and the effects it is having on our healthcare system. Given Obama's inserters into office, Anna starts her journey to find truthful news on social media, drawing attention to a pattern of behavior that she finds distasteful and predictable.
And most people don't understand it, nor should they. The thing that I always keep in mind is that none of this is about us in public service. It's about the people that we serve. I always try to push the light back out and focus it on the folks that we're actually here to serve.
But what about when she talked about the fact that she experienced racism? I mean, I feel like that was heartbreaking to hear that she felt like she was in her own family. You know, her own family thought differently of her.
Race isn't a new construct in this world for people of color. So it wasn't a complete surprise to hear her feelings and to have them articulated. I think the thing that I hope for.
Piers Morgan, known for his outspoken views, didn't hold back when he accused Oprah of deliberately misleading her followers, according to Morgan. Oprah's interview tactics are designed to manipulate public perception, turning her guests into victims while boosting her influence. This kind of accusation is damning for someone whose career has been built on trust. If Oprah's interviews are more about pushing an agenda than uncovering the truth, what else has she been lying about?
Oprah Winfrey has enjoyed a long and storied career in the media spotlight. Most recently, probably best known for performatively gaping at Harry and Meghan's bogus claims of racism in one of the most poorly researched and challenged interviews in television history.
There's a conversation with you,
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Well, there's now a conversation, an awkward conversation between Oprah Winfrey and her own fans after she's been telling them giant whoppers about her weight. Oprah's long since railed against the use of medication for weight loss. She's a poster girl of the body positivity movement, which basically argues you can celebrate being as fat as you like, while simultaneously making a cottage industry of her own yo-yoing weight. Well, recently she's been spotted looking decidedly svelte on the red carpets, and she couldn't wait to tell her many followers that she'd done it all the hard way, and they could too.
I've got to do it the hard way. I've got to keep climbing the mountains. I got to keep suffering. I got to do that.
The very weight loss drug she said she'd never use, most likely Ozempic. I've released my own shame about it, she says. I now use it as I feel I need it. The fact there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like relief, like redemption, like a gift. Not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for. I'm absolutely done with the shaming from other people, and particularly myself. Oprah revealed she took the medication in the build up to Thanksgiving because, in her words, she knew she was going to have two solid weeks of eating. So, having lectured her fans as the global face of Weight Watchers about the importance of hard work and not cheating and not taking these drugs, she was actually secretly already taking them. And these, of course, are diabetes drugs. And the express purpose of this is that she could presumably get through Thanksgiving fortnight and not worry about it. Well, this is important because Oprah Winfrey commands legions of followers who do as she tells them to do and buy what she tells them to buy and act as she tells them to act. She's given the green light for millions of people to stop exercising now.
As if things couldn't get any worse, Oprah's connections to Nickelodeon and Drake and Josh was constantly praising Oprah seems less like a coincidence and more like part of a larger plan to keep Oprah's name in a positive light, despite what might have been happening behind the scenes with Nickelodeon facing its scandals. It's becoming harder for Oprah to distance herself from the accusations. Could this be another sign that Oprah has her hands in more pots than we realize?
And I could get sweaty, and I will not meet Oprah with pitch stage.
Amid all these accusations, Oprah has been lashing out. Her recent reactions have been far from the calm, collected demeanor we're used to seeing. Some inside ERS suggest she's starting to crack under pressure, and it's becoming clear that she's struggling to control the narrative. But no amount of damage control can stop the wave of criticism coming her way, from Trump's fiery responses to Trevor Noah's subtle jabs and Piers Morgan's blunt accusations. It seems like everyone has something to say about Oprah's so-called lies. Is her empire finally beginning to crumble?
How are you, darling? You're looking very good. How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election, thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I was paid nothing, ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about it.
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president?
For years, Oprah Winfrey was seen as an untouchable, wise, honest, and compassionate figure. But as more celebrities and insiders speak out, her image starts to crack. Is Oprah simply the victim of false accusations, or is there some truth to the stories finally coming to light? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain, Oprah's days of being above reproach may end. The real question is how long can she keep up the facade before the truth catches up with her?